Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and state legislators are not happy. They claim that some lawmakers are dragging their feet when it comes to police reform. ABC 6 News reporter Rachel Mills shows us why many in the Minnesota House are claiming the issue of police reform is now just a political game. Rachel?
Betsy, legislators from both sides of the aisle in the Minnesota House and Senate described the changes in policing they say they've been pushing for all session. But Walz says it's now up to the Minnesota Senate to take action.
We need to keep this from politicizing Black, Brown, and Indigenous bodies. We need to try and find a way to bring us together and listen to where folks are at.
With just 3 weeks left in the legislative session, the Minnesota Senate has yet to hold any hearings on police reform, while the Minnesota House leaders say they already passed several reform bills.
I hope the Senate doesn't treat our lives like a bargaining chip. And I truly mean that. And I hope they're listening right now.
The bills the House has passed this session would reform the use of no-knock warrants, prohibit traffic stops for certain minor violations, and strengthen civilian oversight of Minnesota police departments. And Walz says he's worried the Senate will simply run out the clock without taking action.
I think both sides obviously see this very differently. I mean, I do think that perspective matters. As Representative Miller's talking about, Senator Gonzalez, and I believe him when he says he doesn't think that there's a problem here in the system work. And we're trying to say there is.
Those who support police reform say these bills should be a top priority this session after the deaths of George Floyd and Daunte Wright.
We must address police reform immediately because every Minnesotan, regardless of where they live or what they look like, deserves to feel safe in their communities.
It must be acknowledged that there are heroic law enforcement officers who go to work every day, putting their lives on the line to protect us. Their good and heroic work is overshadowed by these deadly force encounters that never should have happened.
Republican Representative Brian Johnson accuses the governor and Democrats of only listening to their, quote, liberal activist base. So will there be action in the Senate before the legislature goes home? It's hard to say. No Republican senators in our area were available for comment on the issue, at least so far.